The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACT Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me once again is my co-host, Foxy, as we are here for the very last day of Season 1 and the very last day of Division 1 in Season 1. It's the big day, folks. We're finally here, and it feels like it was just yesterday that I was casting the qualifiers alongside this beautiful man who's been a beautiful admin and co-caster with me, Foxy, as we are going to be going into the first game very soon, not yet, very soon, between Quantum G1 and Kita Esports. But before that, we have a special interview, the one you saw yesterday, with Sparko from Quantum G1. Foxy, roll the interview.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special interview that we have with the captain of Quantum G1, that is Sparko. Sparko, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm all good. How are you?
I'm fine, Sparko. Thank you for asking. So, you've been topping the MVP leaderboard. I mean, not at the top, but yeah, you've been there reoccurrent in multiple times. So, 2 weeks consecutive MVP. How does it feel?
It really feels good. My team has been doing good, and I have performed because they gave all the all the inputs, and I could perform for them.
Right.
It feels really good to be consistent.
How do you think your team has been performing in a collective basis in your Division 1? As we know, it's the highest level of competition at the WD Black the Esports Club League.
In the Division 1, we have all the top 8 teams. I mean, the Division 1 top teams are there, Tier 1. These teams are really, talented, as well as they got really good potential. So far we played total, I guess, 4 games, and it was really good. Looking for the next 3 opponents.
Right. Coming to the toughest opponents, who do you think is a challenge for Quantum G1 in your division? Is some teams that you are also, you consider them your enemies, your arch rivals?
We faced Level 0. They are one of the toughest. Good. They're really good.
Right.
And we beat them last week.
Right.
But it was very chaos. But the team performed really well. I'm really proud of the team. And we are looking for Stack also. They're pretty well. They're pretty good. We'll face them. As well as Kita Esports also. They're pretty good. We'll face them. So far, we faced the toughest was Level 0, and it was good. We got the points. We secured our points, what we needed.
What are some tips that you would like to give out to everybody watching the stream right now for improving teamwork, for improving coordination, and just in general in the game?
First of all, I will say don't give up. Doesn't matter how much you guys break down. Work on those stuff. Watch the words. Even if you lose, watch what went wrong. Discuss with your teammates so that it doesn't repeat again.
This week we are approaching the finale for Division 1. So what is your game plan for that going to be?
So far we saw that we have 3 games left. If we perform the 3 games, we can stay in the top. But it's gonna be tough. Stack and Kita Esports, they're pretty good. We can't take them easy. We have to perform our best.
Any message to your supporters and to your fans out there on anything at all?
What I want to say is stay home, stay safe, everyone. Play games, communicate it with your family, with your friends, because we are going through a bad time. So we need to fight together. As we are all gamers, we know how to fight, right?
Right. So that was quite the interview that I got to take with you, and thank you very much for joining me, Sparko. And that'll be it from us for the moment, and let's get back into the games.
Alrighty, that was the interview with Sparko from Quantum G1. Some brilliant insights into the team of Quantum G1 itself and their goals for this entire WD Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. But of course, that's not the only interview we've got in store for our beautiful viewers from home. But which interview is that going to be? We'll find out after the first game. Now, the first game of today is between Quantum G1 and Kita Esports on the map of Border. Once again, we've been seeing Border played quite a bit when it comes to Division 1. Yesterday itself, we had two instances of border being played. One where Virtual 5 Esports won over Kira 7-5, and the second time in the fourth match of the night, which was between Union Gaming and Hawks Gaming. And oh boy, that was such an amazing game, which went all the way down to maximum overtime in a 4 versus 4 because of Union Gaming's brilliant sportsmanship, giving up their rehost to make sure that Hawks Gaming could get their players together once again. And, well, we excuse me, got caught up in my words for a second there. And we're going to be going back to border between Quantum G1 and Kira Esports really, really quickly, very soon for that matter. So everyone, don't go anywhere. This match is going to be very, very exciting. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for the game, between Quantum G1 and Kira Esports, we had a little bit of a lobby issue. No need to worry, of course, we will be hosting the game very, very shortly. But before that happens, we have another interview. And no, this is not the one I was talking about. This interview is with Aniket from Kira Esports, which should also give some insight into how Kira Esports is looking into going forward in the WD Black, the Esports Club League. So, with that being said, the interview with Aniket coming right up.
Right, everybody, welcome back to a very special interview that we have with Aniket Sharma from Kira Esports. He's been the top MVP for this week 1 that we got to see from Division 1. Aniket, how does it feel topping the MVP leaderboard?
Well, it feels really good, getting appreciated for the work you're doing. But it's all about the team, in my opinion. If we were not like the top in the division right now, that MVP would mean nothing to me.
Is there a regime you follow for keeping your game or your aim or your focus in the game on the top?
Yeah, I do follow one regime. Before every game, I you drink one energy drink and do 10 terrorist stunts with different guns every time.
All right.
Like one with DMR for only headshots, one with bug to control the highest recoil,
right.
One with only pistol, and one with shields.
Double clutches in 2 play days. How does that feel? I mean, that must surely get you so pumped, and the chat popping up for you, so many fans that Kira Esports has. How does it feel being such a monster in the way you've been playing out so far in Division 1?
To be honest, clutches are always lucky. But the voice comms, especially my voice comms, are really hyped up at all times. Either I rage a lot or I pump my team a lot. So after every clutch, I'm like the Canadian of the Indian Siege community. Boo and all, everything. So, but the clutches were mostly on intel. I had the call and everything. The 1v2 clutch with Valkyrie.
Yes.
I had the call for Zofia, but I actually heard the Capita ADS.
All right. Who do you think your toughest opponent is in your division? so many formidable champions here, so many people that are so experienced, all these rosters. So I think you're gonna have to choose your words a little carefully.
Well, all the teams are good who have made it to Division 1. Like everyone is practicing a lot, and during this lockdown everyone like is committing to the game.
Right.
But in my opinion, Quantum G1 is really good because they're really
Alright.
structured and they like have the same roster for a long time.
At the end of every season, there are 3 teams that are going to get promoted from Division 2 and 3 teams that relegated to Division 2 from Division 1. Who do you think is your potential opponent, if at all we see a promotion from the side of Division 2 coming in? Will that make a difference for you, or you would still stick with G1 being your most toughest opponent in your own division?
To be honest, I take every team seriously. Like watch the awards and like prepare for every team because you can't take anyone lightly.
Game plan for the upcoming week. You've got quite the matches, and I'm not gonna mince my words here. It's almost all of the big teams in Division 1. So what's your game plan up ahead for Kira Esports?
Keep practicing and stay strong. Keep your mentality up, to be honest. Like you can't have bad morale and go into games because your decision making like really like crumbles when you are raging and like have a team morale that is bad. So before the game you have to lighten your mood and go.
That is so true. So that was it, guys. That was Aniket Sharma from Kira Esports. Thank you for your insights. Thank you for such a lovely interview. Alright guys, an amazing interview that we just got to witness with Sparko as well as Aniket Sharma from Kira Esports and Quantum G1. So we are here already, Blackjack. Can you believe this? This is the finale of the Division 1. Everybody in the chat, can we have some finale day hype in the chat, please? This is the greatest or the greatest, the best teams in the region fighting against each other at the final day of Season 1, only to find out who's going to top the leaderboard, who's going to get relegated to Division 2, and the action is going to go down right here, right now. In just a while, we're having a little bit of a difficulty with the players joining lobbies. Kira Esports having a little bit of power cuts, and it's okay. We understand nothing that the players can influence. We only get that. But meanwhile, can we just have some hype in the chat, please? Because as a R6 fanboy and as a person who's been following this community for quite a long time, I am very hyped to see all these matches go down. I mean, it's been amazing so far. And yesterday we got to see a double maximum overtime. What a match that was. That was on Clubhouse and then Border. And quite the game that we got to see yesterday. Just amazing plays that these guys are putting up. Stack, level 0, that was on Clubhouse. Then we got to see Union Gaming and Hogs Gaming go head to head, toe to toe on Border. So, Blackjack, what do you think is going to turn out? We're going to go to Border again with Quantum G1 and Kira Esports, and we did see both of their interviews where Sparko mentioned about how Kira is a potential opponent for them to beat, and how Aniket shed some light on Quantum G1 being the most structured team in this division. Any thoughts on that?
Well, both of them are actually pretty much correct in their respective terms. Kira Esports is a team to watch out for Quantum G1 because, of course, both of them are very good on Border. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be a head-to-head match that might just go potentially all the way down to the wire, which, of course, would be very, very exciting. But as Sparko, you mentioned, said that Kira Esports is the team to beat for them. Well, they have their chance now in this match. And with the way Border's played out, I wouldn't be surprised if it's either a 7-5 or maximum overtime for one of these teams. I am not looking at a game that is going to finish early. This game is going to go, man. It's going to go on.
Definitely, Blackjack. I'm going to have to agree with you on it because... So, let's take a quick look at the matches we have up today. First match is going to be Quantum G1 versus Kira Esports. Second is going to be Stack versus Hoffen Esports. Hoffen Esports yesterday got obliterated by Quantum G1 on Clubhouse. And I was actually catching up with one of the players and the IGL of Hoffen Esports last night. That is Killen. And just asking, casually that why would you ban the Thatcher? You were starting off an attack. They banned the Maverick. What is going on in your minds? And he tells me that the team was just not prepared in terms of what they were going to do against Quantum G1. They were like, let's just wing it, guys. And it was just an impulsive decision on banning the Thatcher. But Then again, that costed them a huge loss. That is surely going to put them down below in the leaderboard. With that out of the way, in the second phase of the stream, we are going to have Virtual 5 Esports fight off Hawks Gaming. And then we're going to go to top it all off with Level 0 Esports versus Union Gaming. That is one match. I'm assuming that one to be really close for some reason. Union Gaming, all the matches have been come really close. It's just amazing. So, all right, let's see how that works out. Eventually, we'll get there. But we still have 3 more matches to go and reach that place. So, meanwhile, Blackjack, can you shed some light on the way we've been having so much Villa being played? So much border a little bit here and there. Cafe and Villa a lot actually in this league. And today's the finale day, man. I cannot believe it. Season 1 ending already. Oh, all right. For everybody who's joining us right now, in case you wanna play this game, in case you have a new developed interest for getting this game for yourselves, make sure you head on to Games the Shop and buy this game for exclusive price and get yourselves this amazing game that is called Rainbow Six Siege. And then if you want to participate in the league, the season 2 registrations for the qualifiers are now open. Check the URL in the description. You can find every single thing about the tournament right there. Anyways, coming back to the question, how do you think the maps that we've been playing so far, how do you think that has been saturating the skill level of these teams, and especially on Division 1, the Tier 1 gameplay? What do you think has been the most go-to map?
Well, if you have to ask me, between week 2 and this week, that is week 3, we've seen Clubhouse come out a significantly large amount of times. I would almost say that Clubhouse has dominated the map selection pool in terms of what teams have gone for, because that is one of the oldest maps, despite the tiny rework that it had in terms of its second floor and first floor areas, that is. It's still been one of the oldest maps that people have really loved to go to. We've seen Cafe come out quite a bit as well. Cafe and Border have almost been interchangeable between certain divisions and certain teams. Divisions 2 seem to prefer Cafe a little bit more. Division 3, Border more. It really depends on how the teams prepare themselves. One map that that we actually haven't gotten to see all that much of after the initial qualifiers and week 1 was Coastline. We only saw Coastline twice, if I can remember correctly, in the last week, and we haven't seen it this week, as far as I'm aware. If I'm not wrong, that is. And that is going to be something that, going forward, maybe some of the division teams will be looking at this thinking, okay, maybe Coastline might be in order, maybe we can go there, maybe we're confident there. But again, as you asked, right, about the map selection. So Clubhouse has definitely been a big pick for a lot of teams because it's a map that a lot of teams are confident in. In the meanwhile, Border is one of the better maps for both of the teams that we have on hand right now, Quantum G1 and Kira Esports. So, as I said before, this game is definitely going to be going down to the wire, excuse me. And overall, it's just been that. And Villa, of course, we've seen a lot of Villa in Divisions 3 and 2.
Right.
Something I'd like to touch upon. Because Villa as a map is kind of defender-sided, like by itself. It has lots of hallways and long angles you can hold, but also plenty of close quarter combat situations because of the amount of cover that any given room has. You know, I can probably count off by hand the number of rooms that have sparse cover in them. And there are no rooms in Villa that don't have any cover. You know, there's always a wall, always a desk, a bench, something, anything, statue, you name it. It's there. So it's been that kind of a map, and winning on Villa on the defense is something that has been a prerogative for many teams as well. Now, that being said, of course, we haven't seen all that much of Villa in Division 1, to be fair, you know. The Division 1 teams prefer Clubhouse, Border, Cafe over all the other maps. And again, that makes sense. They are some of the best maps in Siege, some of the oldest maps in Siege. And people know them like the back of their hand. And when you're playing at the topmost tier, right, of the Indian Rainbow Six circuit, then you want to go on maps that you know, like the back of your hand. You want to go on maps that you have a lot of confidence in, that you know you can win in. And that just eliminates a little bit of the risk factor. Now, of course, if your enemy team is just as well versed in the same map as you are, then all right, it's a close game. But that just means the game will be all that much better for everyone involved. It'll be a lot more fun because both teams know the map in a similar vein. So, yeah, I don't see this game between Quantum G1 and Kira Esports being an early finish. As alrighty then, looks like the lobby has actually been hosted and everyone's in, and we are in the game between Kira Esports and Quantum G1 on border. Kira Esports on attack, and we are here in the ban phase as the first ban coming out from Quantum G1. The first attacker to be banned is going to be the Ying. Oh, here we go. Big ban right there because, of course, the mid-season balancing patch made... Oh, okay. A turf. Well, as Aniket says right there, the game has crashed, but they will not be going for the rehost. All right, interesting. But the first ban from the side of Quantum G1 is going to be the Ying, which means this is a meta ban because Ying has been given a 4th Candela and 2 smokes as of the mid-season balancing patches, and her LMG got a significant, not a significant, but a little bit of a damage upgrade, as the second ban is going to be the Montaigne. So, looks like the Rush smoke plant with a Montaigne or a Ying, or both for that matter, will be not an option for Kira Esports. They were the ones to ban the Monty, and looks like that's going to be the situation. As Jittery says in the chat, you know, a little bit of comedy as it were, perma-banned until nerf. Well, we're gonna have to see whether or not Ubisoft thinks Ying is too overpowered at this time, as the third ban, the first defender ban from Kira Esports, is going to be the Mira. Of course, Mira on border, she is quite the operator to go up against, as the last ban coming up from the side of Quantum G1 is going to be the last defender ban of the map. Foxy, any predictions right here?
So it only makes sense that they're going to be banning out Ying right away, because we know what kind of a map border is. It all comes down to that close quarter combat, and you want to make sure you're eliminating that out of the equation. And we did see Arthur playing yesterday on the Ying, and he was unstoppable. Excuse me, that was Aniket, my bad, as I just get confused with both the players having the A in the name, and Arthur joining the lobby just as I speak about it. So Montaigne, Mira, Maestro, and the Ying taken onto the board, and we are up and running with round 1. Kira Esports versus Quantum G1 on the finale day of Season 1. Guys, can we have some finale day hype in the chat, please? Because this is the finale of the Season 1, Division 1 at the WD Black, the Esports Club League. Starting off with Kira Esports versus Quantum G1. Let's take a quick look at their rosters. Aniket, Srisha, Kajit, Rattler, Athar on the side of Kira Esports, while we have Sparko, Daggerfist, BDX7, and Jittery on the side of Quantum G1. And oh boy, I'm so excited for this one. We'll be seeing Aniket 6 pick from the backbeard onto the sledge, as they're going to need the soft breach. We'll be seeing Quantum G1 pick. I didn't quite get to see what side they went for. Alright, it's going to be the side that you most prefer on border. It's the Armory and Archives defense, only understandable. Sparko is going to be using the Goyo. Alright, looks like Sparko has been loving that operator time and around. We've been seeing him use that quite a lot. Let's get this started with, oh boy, Blackjack, I'm oh so hyped. Is this the coffee in me speaking, or is this the game?
I mean, I want to say it's the coffee, but the fact that it is the Season 1 finales makes sense that there would be this much hype coursing, channeling through our veins right here, as this is the first game between, of the final day of both Season 1 and Division 1 in Season 1, as we're going to be moving into action phase between both the teams, Kira Esports and Quantum G1. Early game is going to be in effect, and as of course, what I mean by early game is the fact that since it's early game, predictions are going to be completely thrown off whack for the time being. As we did see a nice little echo spot holding on to that tiny angle that you can hold from half wall from inside of sight, and okay. Yo, Beat is going to drop one. In the meanwhile, that's Rattler, but he's going to be taken out on the run out, refragged onto by Shrisha. That is your average R6 player. Alrighty then. Looks like Beat went for that big run out early in the round, getting the first kill, and of course Rattler, the IQ being off the board, that is a big kill, because without the IQ, that means Echoes Jones are going to be very, very safe for the time being. Unless, of course, Thatcher's EMP can catch one or two off the ceiling of the roof, wherever Echoes place them, really. As we're going to be seeing punch lines of sight into the soft wall here inside of Archives, as Jitter is going to be making some pre-fires out onto the hallway outside of offices, and it's sure to be an amazing match from both these teams right here. 4-4, no one is particularly in the advantage, as looks like Jittery suspects somebody pushing onto the Archives window that has been castle barricaded. Aniket, in the meanwhile, he's here on the sledge. He's going to be getting onto that ventilation unit anytime now, but Jittery is playing inside a fountain. He's going to be safe from the grenades for the time being, so he doesn't have to worry about it. He has an ADS with him to support him as well, as Thermite is going to be opening up the main wall of offices. The breach has happened, giving Jittery all that much reason to be afraid of this push. The upside down rappel from a third one. The Thatcher is going to be watching the Archives door as well as the office window, just to make sure there are no runouts or jump outs, as Jittery is going to be making a peek, and then he sees one but doesn't connect onto a third quite yet. He gets a little bit of damage on, but that's the most he's going to do for the time being. He's gone back to the punched line of sight in this Archives wall right here. Sparko, he's holding off outside on the main hallway, the 90 hallway. He has lines of sight into both offices and CCTV right now, as he's going to be making a little bit of pre-fire as one of his gore shields was popped by one of the grenades. In the meanwhile, Aniket, he's made his way into the office corner right here, and he could very much sneak up on one of the operators inside the site. Therm is going to be opening up the Archives wall, and that is, of course, the rotation that the attackers want to make to get easy plans, but no, Jaeger's going to make some shots, as EX7 is going to drop one, and Go is going to drop another. That's two. Jittery's dropped another as well, as it's a 1v4 now, and Quantum G1 will take round one in a flurry of kills, as Daggerfist will take down the last attacker remaining inside a break room. And round one goes to Quantum G1.
What a play coming in from Quantum G1. They made sure that they stalled Kia enough to bait them into the strategy that they had established for the side of offices. Really good positioning coming out from Sparko, not losing his life on that 90 hallway. It was very important for that man to stay there, because we did see how impactful that push from the hallway came in towards the end of the round. And one thing that I've seen Kira not really do is, in fact, yesterday also, excuse me, in fact, yesterday as well, we did see Hawks Gaming not do the similar thing, is gain control of E-stairs and make sure that nobody pushes in from the hallway. Nobody's allowed to push in from the hallway like that. You don't want to be seeing that, but then again, there's so many things that happen in the game, and we're just looking from a viewer's perspective. We don't know what's going on in their heads and how they are planning to counter this against the opponents. I can only understand, but from a viewer's point of view, surely somebody should always be there on the side of E-stairs to avoid stuff like that. You cannot allow a defender to push up from the hallway, but anyways, that's just me talking. So we'll be seeing Sparko. He's gonna be running the Goya once again, and a really good play. I'm gonna have to commend that. It was very important for the man to stay alive on the 90 hallway and push when it was necessary, because they gave Kira Esports early entrance into the offices. No contestation. The walls were not the walls were actually reinforced there, but they did not have any bandit batteries there, no Kai charges, nothing. In fact, no type of utility being expelled, because that is exactly what they wanted Kira Esports to do. They wanted to take office control, and then it all just came down to bringing them to your own turf and beating them at it. Really good play by Quantum G1 all in all, but Kira Esports is not the teams that will back down. They're going to have to make sure they get this round on board, as we are off and running with the round two. And already, once again, we are seeing Kira Esports establish their dominance on towards the side of the Easters, and Beat is going to get a little aggressive himself. Jittery is going to be doing some reconstruction with his carbine, but not much. Obviously, it's not a gun that you'll be using for reconstruction anyway. And we'll be seeing Beat just a little bit of a pre-fire here, and then Aniket is going to lose a lot of HP. Not exactly sure where that came from, but a lot of fights being put here from the side of the East stairs and the East balcony for all in all. Look at that, Jittery trying to land his shots, man. This man has been amazing with his Jaeger play so far, and the control on his gun and command on his gun. In fact, EX7 losing a lot of HP. The fight that he's trying to take here, you don't want to be doing that, EX7. You have the yokais in your pocket. You use them while you're alive. Don't give away the advantage to the attackers, excuse me. Jittery knows there's somebody on the east side, and now he knows there's somebody on the AC vents as well. He's going to be holding this for the moment. No damage done to anybody. but a lot taken from EX7, average R6 player, and Aniket. They're still going to hold the 90 all, and look at the crossfire coming in from the side of Quantum G1, as we do see the attackers making their way through onto offices. Kajit is going to be the thermite. He's making his way in. Meanwhile, Jittery is going to get dispatched, and that is the Jaeger, a very important kill and a huge frag coming in from the side of Kira Esports. And a really good clear, I'm going to have to say that, as we see EX7 maneuvering back to this rotation. And look at that, Daggerfist is going to get one, but what an angle being applied from Aniket is going to take EX7 down. He was low on HP, surely not a gunfight that he was intending to win that. Daggerfist expelling his C4 that we just saw him use to claim the life of our third. That's your Thatcher dispatch, but we still do have Sparko on the top floor. He's going to be holding this at the moment. No damage done, at least not to Sparko. He's got the Vector in hand to make this play happen any moment now. Pulse scan is coming in, but no C4 to convert on that scanner. Still got to move away from here. He's just going to maneuver back. Sparko knows somebody's coming, but he's going to get taken out in a perfect crossfire coming in. And Aniket dropping another kill. And look at this. Kia Esports, just like I said, they're going to make sure they get this advantage for themselves. And they are not letting Quantum G1 take away the second round from their clutches. Beat is going to drop your average R6 player. They know that the push from main stairs is imminent. But look at this. He's going to get the diffuser. Does he get another? Yes, he does. Beat, what are you doing? You are obliterating Kira Esports, and you won the round for Quantum G1 all by yourself. What a play from the Valkyrie. And that is it. The gunplay from this man, and that 1 second of a time difference in that main lobby push is what costed Kira Esports that round. And what a play from the Valkyrie, being there at the right time, at the right place. Quantum G1 2-0, and we go to round 3.
Well. Beat on the Valkyrie, making those plays happen with that last second denial right there, and dropping the Zofia on the main door on the turnaround. That was completely essential for the side of Quantum G1 to make that round their own. And even when the pulse went down, the victory was assured because the remaining attacker was way too far off site to make the plant happen, which meant the round timer ticked away and Quantum G1 took the round. As we're going to be moving onto round 3, onto customs from the side of Quantum G1, because of course they've won armory, they've won ventilation, and now they're going customs, as they don't seem to be wanting to go towards tellers. We've seen tellers come out a couple of times. We've seen border in Division 2, but not in Division 1. Nobody really wants to go tellers. It's kind of a difficult site to hold. It really entails lots and lots of utility being used on the second floor, and G1, they just want to make sure that their first floor hold sites are maintained for the time being. As we're going to be seeing Jittery, he's going to make sure that he can put an ADS down right by the office door, using the little extra wall that sticks out right next to it to hide his ADSs from the east hallway push. In the meanwhile, he's going to be playing above with Beat from the looks of things, as Daggerfist closes off the door between Archives and Armory and makes his way back towards site. Action phase is already in effect, as Kira Esports are going to be looking to make do with... Oh dear. Beat. That's not an infinite mag. He's lagging, and oh dear me. There he goes. The Valkyrie is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Beat, also good for him, as oh dear, Dragonfist is already down, as Aniket has made his way nice and quickly into the main lobby right here, completely undetected by any of the defenders for that matter, as drones are here in CCTV to try and take the fights, as EX7 goes down from the CC door. That is the echo of the board. That's a big kill, as a third has managed to get that kill for himself, and looks like Quantum G1 might be getting this round, but Sparko and Jittery are still alive for the side of the defending team, and this could be it right here, as the headshot pops off from Jittery onto a third. And he knows that there's somebody pushing the east side, but he knows that there's also somebody inside of CCTV right now. As Sparko, he knows that there's the IQ inside of Tellers. Is going to pull back, but Kajit, has already gotten the plant off, and Jittery knows that there's somebody close by. He's going to be going for this peak, but does he know that the thermite is prone right next to him? Probably not, but he will still get the kill, as he's the last one alive in this 1v3. Now it's an ace clutch situation for him, and he has to go for the counter defense as well. And he's going to try, definitely, a shot to fight from the window, but no, through the wall. The kill is going to be confirmed by Aniket, as Kira Esports are going to win round 3, putting their first round on the board.
A very necessary round to be put on board, in fact, because you don't want to see Quantum G1 taking away Alright, looks like we'll be having a rehost in place, and so shall Quantum Jeevan be awarded that, as we did see a disconnection coming in. And we shall be right back with a rehost in just a moment.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Quantum G1 and Kira Esports right here on Border. We are back from the rehost that was requested from the side of Quantum G1, as in the meanwhile, we have Death Amar, I believe, is back for the side of Kira Esports. So he has been subbed in for, and I've already forgotten his name. Yep, I have definitely forgotten. Wait, was it a turf? Yes. Wait a minute. No?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It is round 4, yeah. Isn't it? It should be round 4, 1-2 in the favor of Quantum G1. Oh, armory is locked. That's what they're saying. Oh, okay. So the sights are the problem, not the round count itself. Oh, dear me. That's a little bit of an issue that we have had from
10 seconds to go.
our side. Apologies to everybody who just joined back. I believe we are going to be going for... Yep, there it is. We are going to be getting another hosting in this session right here. I believe, yep, there we go. All of the players from Kira Esports are already gone. So stay tight, everybody. We are going to be right back, as we had a bit of an issue with setting up the rounds. We had the wrong round in the wrong slot. That's on me. I didn't notice the changes that were in play. I should have called it out.
I think that's on both of us, but apologies, guys. It's just that you gotta have eagle's eye to make sure that every single round is the parameters entered for that are perfect, because there's so many complications when you enter the round history. But then again, our apologies. Once again, we'll be up and running in just about 2 minutes. We don't want to keep you waiting. This is the tier 1 gameplay that we're getting to see here, and we ourselves are so excited to bring you this top tier gameplay. We won't be keeping you away from this match, not for longer than 2 minutes. Just hang in there, guys, as we rehearse this lobby oh so quickly. We'll be back in just a snap.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, the technical issues have been dealt with and we are back, finally, with the game between Quantum G1 and Kira Esports here on a border. The issue that we had the second time around was the fact that, for whatever reason, despite doing a double check of the round history that was put in, Armory was still locked, even though it was supposed to be unlocked for the defending team of Quantum G1. But that has been dealt with, as we will be now moving into round 4 right here on border. It is 2-1, still in favor of Quantum G1. Kira Esports were the ones to win round 3 on customs. And now in round 4, with all of the players in, there has also been a little change in the Kira Esports lineup. Deathamer has been brought in place of a third from the looks of it, which will mean that Kira Esports will be playing, well, they're still playing with obviously their full 5-man stack. Just a little sub has happened between rounds. They definitely asked for it and have conferred with everybody, the admins and all that. And Atharv has been having some issues on his end as well. So, with that being said, we're going to be moving nice and properly into round 4 right here in the WD Black the Esports Club League. The final day of Season 1 and the final day of Division 1 in Season 1. As Quantum G1 is finishing up, putting the last touches in their defense against Kira Esports here on border. Jittery, he's going to be playing the Jaeger once again. He's been also good for his team in these first 3 rounds. And with the ADSs and barbed wire that the Jaeger brings along with, he's going to be an important operator, as just as important as EX7 on the Echo, as the Echo is the one in play this match, and Maestro is the one to get banned. Because of course, Maestro, not only does he have Evil Eyes in his pocket, he also has the fearsome and deadly Alda, which is an LMG on the side of defense, mind you. And the fire rate on that gun, oh man, Maestro is a force and a half to go up against, as Jitter is going to be holding on top of the archive shelf for the time being, goes prone on it, and he's going to be watching anybody repelling, but the office wall is going to be opened by the thermite. That is Kajit right there, as AC Fence is going to be pushed by one of the attackers. Jitter holding an angle on that window. He knows that there's somebody going to be playing behind that AC ventilation unit right there. As, ooh, EX7 with a tap. Was that a one tap? I believe that was. Onto Kajit right there. And that's a long angle from the Echo, taking down the thermite. That is an early kill and a big one, of course, because that means Thermite won't be able to make the second rotation that the attackers want into archives by blowing open that east wall. Deathamar, in the meanwhile, he's already made his way into the office corner, and Rattler is going to be the one joining him as shots are fired by the Zofia to try and find somebody, but Quantum G1 are just in too many strategic locations, hiding and peeking when necessary. As Spark is taking a little bit of damage, but nothing too serious for him. He's playing in the 90 hallway as he was for a couple of rounds right there. And more shots are being fired by the Zofia, as the drone work is going to be absolutely essential for Kira Esports to make sure that they have all the intel that they need. As there we go, shots from metal stairs from below it, actually, as Anike is going to take down Sparkle. That's a big kill. The Goyo is off the board right here, as the man count is now equalized for both of these teams. 40 seconds less than are left in the clock, as, oh, one's inside of Archives right hand. The plan's going down, but it's going to be denied. The IQ is dead, as Daggerfist, excuse me, is going to refrag on to the IQ. The man count is equalized, but the castle has control over Diffuser, and now the attackers have that extra job, but no, Shirisha is going to take down EX7. Your average Ashes player gets a kill for himself as the small of his push has happened. Shots are going to be fired. Daggerfist doesn't know, and he's going to be taken out as well. As a 1v3 now, all down to beat on the Valkyrie, who's slowly sneaking up from inside of Fountain. Will he see the slides? Yes, he does. That's the first kill, but the push is going to happen. There are a couple of attackers here, and the Nomad will take out the Valkyrie, as Kira Esports will put round 4 on the board and equalize 2-2 on border.
Definitely a round that was needed by Kira Esports to put down on the board, and the equalizer is here as well, as things are starting to get all Division 1 here, as we see these matches come up so close, and that is exactly what we're seeing Kira Esports do. 2-2 on border, and we are proceeding to round 5. Armory and Lockers Archives is going to be the side that will see Quantum G1 attempt once again, as that was a failed attempt in the last round. A little bit of a misplay there that we did see coming in, but We'll now be going back to that side once again. Let us see how this is going to pan out for them. We'll be seeing the Capita being brought out from Aniket, and Daggerfist is going to 6-split onto the mute, and looks like Quantum Jeevan's priority at this moment is going to be Intel denial for the side of Kira Esports. We did see multiple drones coming in, making sure that they're getting everybody's positions locked down, and that is exactly why Aniket could move up the bottom of the metal stairs, take out Sparko. That was the goal you're playing around on the top of the stairs, and that was a huge anchor point taken on the board. So now Kira Esports, they got that advantage for themselves, and they knew that now the push from office is imminent. All they have to do is pick up the castle that is playing in a corner spot that denied the diffuser, and the round was already won in their hands. So this is exactly what I'm loving about Kira Esports right now at this moment. They are making sure that they don't go down without a fight. They're bringing all guns alive for themselves, and more than that, the 200 IQ plays and the environmental presence that in general, the game sense, you know, the game sense is what is helping them right now. And we'll be seeing Daggerface put down his jammers, making sure that the drones are denied from any intel, and that is exactly what I love about Quantum Jeevan and Kira Esports. They both are countering each other back to back, making sure that neither of them are giving away this advantage. Border has been that one map where both these teams have they've got a good record on this map so far, and I'm gonna have to be perfectly honest here. It's not like either of these teams are weaker at it. It's just that both these teams have played this map again and again and again so much that it's just good to see these guys play out. But look at that, your average R6 player Srisha is gonna drop Jittery already. That is going to be from all the way outside Valley. I'm not exactly sure where the band, oh right, the Jaeger lost his life on the doorway of the offices. And still got the shield to play with. Spark, who knows that the ADS is going to get taken out. A little bit of an ill-placed ADS, I would say, because you don't want your ADS to stick out like that. And there's other spots in that hallway that you can put it down as well. Nothing else, just me trying to criticize Jittery, but it's just that Jittery is just an amazing fragger. I don't even think he needs those easy assists. We'll be seeing Beat almost getting burned down here, but look at the play from this man. He's outplaying the Capita right now. He's not taking any damage from anything. Look at that. He's still going to be alive. Meanwhile, Srisha is on his double killing spree. He's going to get one and get onto another. It all comes down to Beat and Daggerfist to clutch it out on a 2 versus 5. Kira Esports, one by one dispatching everybody. But look at that. The maneuver comes in, but a ill-advised run out and a bad timing from him is going to result in his death. But Daggerfist on his double killing spree here to make this happen. A 1 versus 3 clutch. Push comes in, but the shotgun doesn't connect, and that is it. Kira Esports take the advantage away from Quantum G1 and proceed 3-2. And what a swift attack, and the bodies just dropping left, right, and center on the side of Quantum G1, and the scoreboard comes alive as Kira Esports take round 5 and proceed to the map advantage, round advantage for that matter. So one thing I feel like Quantum G1 is lacking right now is the man with the gun. Look at that. Just as I speak about it, EX7 playing on the Echo, not working out for them. Maybe, yep, he is getting those one taps onto the thermite, that is on the long angle, but that is all he's doing. There's no implication of the yokais because we're seeing Rattler bring out the IQ as well. So maybe, I don't know, G1, if you're listening to me, you want to drop the Echo all in all? I don't know, man. I'm just trying to throw ideas here because we know how amazing of a fragger EX7 turns out to be, and putting him on a more of a passive-aggressive role like Echo, I don't really think that has been working out for them so far, despite the changes that they're making right now to the lineup and the intel denial that they're going for. And we'll be seeing them attempt the Armory Archives defense for the 3rd time in consecution, and that is going to be a bad placed Valkyrie camp, sadly. Oh, wait, that's so sad. That is, I'm just going to drop a frowny face right now, as I know how that feels aside of the Valkyrie. You don't want to be... Alright. The Valkyrie is going to be using the shield. Oh well. A little unfortunate, as we'll be seeing. Alright, Beat knows what I'm talking about. While Aniket is a little... he's a little confused on what happened, but anyways, we'll be seeing classic drone works coming in, and... Oh, are we seeing aggression coming in from the Beat here? Gonna throw a cam? Oh, look at this stack up, man. EX finally, at least on the Jaeger. He's just gonna fall back for the moment onto Armory. And one thing I've gotten point out is we don't usually see Valkyrie with a shield. I mean, she's just amazing with the C4, right? You can just do so much with the utility that you have, but
Attackers
Anyways,
located a bomb.
she'll be using the shield because that is what the team needs, and that is why she has that as a secondary gadget. It's not like you should not be using it all in all. We did, and I think Quantum G1 has had that staple of bringing out unorthodox things and pulling out such plays, because we did see EX7. I think that was the match against Level 0 on the coastline. Bring out, alright, EX7 has left the game as I speak about it. He brought the FMG on the smoke and not the shotgun. So, Alright, I get it, Quantum G1, and looks like everybody's having a few of the thunderstorms going in that area. We saw Arthur not able to join the lobby as well, and now that is EX7 leaving the lobby in between, while his team stands on a deficit of a round count and now on the man count as well. Beat is still going to be holding this, but look at that, Jittery standing up for his team. It doesn't matter if he's the Echo, he's still going to frag out for his teammates. And look at that, the second kill comes in from this man. What are you doing? The Echo is a 3 armor, he is still running out like this. You cannot allow this, Kia Esports. It's a 4 versus 4 now. Excuse me, make that the 3 versus 4, as we did see Jittery landing a double headshot as Death Hammer has left the game. And alright, he was dead already. So it's alright. Not a massive disadvantage, at least not for this round. It only stands to see that if he's gonna join back the lobby in due time or not. We're seeing 1 minute left on the board. We do see Sparko doing a little bit of a pre-fire here, just gonna fall back. Jittery is gonna be in his stations and his chambers as well. That is gonna be the half wall. As we do see again, I emphasis onto the 90 hallway, as the push has now been rotated from the armory push onto the office side. Khajiit is gonna go for a really big F-in hole, and we will be seeing him make his way with the exothermic charge on towards the offices. A good avenue being established for himself, but there is somebody playing onto the side of the fountain. That is going to be none other than the Legion, and it's going to be Sparko. And look at this, the push comes in, but that is going to get shut down. Sparko with a nice spray onto Rattler is going to take his life. Can he get the other as well? Yes, he does. Sparko with the double kill, and it all comes down to Sweet Shot, but Beat is here to collect that kill, and Quantum G1 come back with the equalizer once again as we proceed to side swap. 3-3 in nobody's favor, and this match is only getting heated up.
Oh, absolutely. And now with round 6 having been played, round 7 is on the board, which means Kita Esports will be going to the defense and Quantum G1 are going to be going into the attack. But we are going to have to delay that just for a little bit, because it looks like Kita Esports are going to be calling their rehost to get their player back in the lobby. So that is... well, that is like the third rehost we've had. Oh boy, we should just call this the rehost game, going back in post. But yeah, the jokes aside, we're gonna be having another rehost. I know everyone in chat is going to be very, very upset at everyone for this, but stay tuned, everyone. We're gonna be right back with hopefully all of the players back in the lobby. All Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again for the third time for the game between Quantum G1 and Kira Esports here on Border. The rounds are equalized 3-3 in no one's favor, and it is round 7, which means the role swap is in effect. Kira Esports are going to be on defense and Quantum G1 on the attack right here. And we're going to be moving into round 7 with full gusto and hopefully no disconnections from either side, even though there are thunderstorms happening. My own part of the city actually is getting clouded slowly and steadily, so I really do hope that the rain doesn't come down. But that's enough out of me, as we're going to be going into the game. A 6-pick from Aniket out of the Valkyrie onto the Echo, and out of the IQ into the Zofia for Jittery. The site is going to be second floor armory. Once again, it's a site we've seen a million times. We've played a million times, and it's just a site everybody knows like the back of their hand. I'm pretty sure everyone watching the Esports Club, like the league here, everyone who's seen the border games, if you followed pretty much all the border games in the league, I'm pretty sure everyone is just familiar with how Armory works at this point. It's the site that is seen every single time we go to border, and whenever a defending team loses on Armory, they go back to Armory, because Armory is just that much of a defendable site. It cannot be overstated, really, how amazing this site is when defended properly. And when not defended properly, the attackers can be very hard to push back, excuse me. As we're going to be seeing the fountain rotate made by Kajit on the smoke. And in the meanwhile, of course, this is a start from scratch for both teams. They've seen how the other one plays on the role that they had, but now Kira Esports are going to have to try and learn how Quantum G1 is going to make this push. And Quantum G1, they're going to be looking and adapting their strategy of pushing onto Kira Esports defense accordingly. As we do have the Wamai in play, Rattler, he's going to be supporting the Jaeger, that is Death Amar, on this security room hold right here with his magnets to complement Jaeger's ADSs. And a little bit of offbeat right here. It's actually quite hilarious to me how Wamai was intended to replace Jaeger to reduce his pick rate, but in the end, both of them complement each other in a very good way. They have the interaction that pleases lots of defending teams, that just makes them play both these denial type operators in the same vein. And now that Jaeger's a 2 armor 2 speed, he's all the more similar to Wamai than he was before. So, and both of them have assault rifles in their loadout. So I mean, similarities, okay? I'm just pointing them out. I like similarities in video games. But enough of that, as we have a minute and 38 left in the round for both of these teams. And Quantum G1, they haven't made a whole lot of headway, as it looks like the office wall is going to be breached for the time being. But Kajit is ready and waiting, as is the dog. That is, of course, Shrishan. Is that the G36 I spy on Poseidon's Ash right there? It is. And oh, the Echo's going to get the first kill. That is a big one. That is Dagger Fist off the board. And Aniket took a bit of damage himself, as the flashbang is going to affect him quite heavily. He's going to have to deal with it. And there we go. The down and the kill. Oh, wait. What? Oh, I thought he went down in the smoke, but no, it was Jittery getting the kill onto Aniket, as bodies are dropping left, right, and center right here. One from inside of CCTV, as Rattler is going to take one for himself. Kajit took down Sparko in the meanwhile, and it is now a 2v3 in favor of Kira Esports on this defense right here. Kajit, he's taking quite a bit of damage. His beat is holding off inside of Armory offices for the time being. He's the man with the diffuser, and he's going to be the one to make these plays happen if he can survive for long enough. Both the attackers are somewhat separated between themselves, and that might just be what spells doom for Kira Esports. The 90 hallway push is going to happen, but no, BD's going to get taken down, as is the Ash, as Kira Esports drop the last two bodies in a flurry. And round 7 goes to Kira Esports. They take the lead once again.
It's just been a back and forth game that we're getting to see here, and that is what we like to see. 4-3 on round 8. We will be proceeding to round 8 here, just like I said. We've got Kira in the advantage for sure. They've been doing great on the defense, and Aniket is going to bring out the Valkyrie instead of the Echo, and that is what I like to see. I've seen the players of Kira Esports imply heavily on the Valkyrie when it comes to border, but that is going to be 6-pick. No, Aniket, come on, man. Come on, you're going to do it for the memes. I'm going to do it. All right, only understandable. You want to use the Ella, you want to use the Scorpion. We get it. It's your choice. Oh, never mind. I just remembered some other meme totally when I said it's your choice. Anyways, we'll be we'll be going on with round 8 as we do see Kira Esports choosing the ventilation and the workshop defense. Understandable. This is the only second most viable site on this map, and really good if defended properly. We'll be seeing the operator lineup from the side of Kira Esports is going to be Ella, Smoke, Legion, Mozzie, and the Jaeger. Meanwhile, we've got Sparkle running the Twitch Dagger Fist on the Thatcher, the Thermite, the Ash, and we've got the Zophia as well on the side of Quantum Geo. Sparkle making his way through, trying to get any and all utility with his Twitch drone. Look at this. Sneaky Boy is going to get an Ella mine, and really good use of the Twitch drone being made here instead of zapping the opponents. Thank you, Sparkle, for displaying how to play that new Twitch, that is. And we'll be off and running as the action phase is in play here. Seeing Quantum G1 trying to establish their presence on the top floor. We will also be seeing a lot of soft breach being brought on the table. We don't see Jittery running the breach charges, and neither is Poseidon. Oh, actually Poseidon is going to be running breach charges, so that's a breather, definitely. You can have a lot of the top control and the vertical play being established for yourselves and your team, as Dagger Fist is going to be a solo mission here as we see him making his way all towards Army. Our bad placed pest from Rattler is going to get taken out. An easy kill for him, as easy dispatching of that utility from the Thatcher. Doesn't even have to use his EMP, and Drone is going to give him all the while more intel. Beat is going to be going for this breach. There's no challenge at all for this team so far. Jittery making his way here, as well as Death Hammer will be picking a fight with 3 angry attackers waiting outside the Armory catwalk at any moment now. Flash comes out, doesn't get caught out, but look at that crossfire being established. He's going to get one, and that is from the Sandwich Rappel, and what a play from Quantum G1. But Jittery is going to take Aniket, and look at this body keep dropping. Jittery is not stopping. He gets 3 for himself, or that'll be Sparko for the last kill, but because only Jittery gets down. Somebody else on the top floor, I'm not exactly sure, but the revive comes definitely in for the side of Quantum G1 and Kira. And now on a massive disadvantage. It looks like Quantum G1 wants to equalize this for themselves, but mind you, this team, Kira Esports, you cannot count them out. They've still got 1 minute left. They could still make this happen despite the disadvantage in man count. A little bit of the soft breach, just as I talk about in the early round, is going to be happening on the top floor, as we do see Kajit holding down this hatch. He's waiting for anybody to drop. No drop coming down, at least not for the moment. He's got the SMG-11 and the shotgun in hand, while Rattler has got the commando and not the super shorty anymore, sadly. He's got the pistol in his back pocket as well, as he does notice somebody coming up. Does the C4 go? Yes, it does, but that does get heard out. And no, Rattler, a little bit of a timing is what you could have done better, and you could have gotten that kill for yourself. But the plant is in play from the side of Quantum G, and they're making that push happen, and they'll be making it happen now. Everybody is stationed on site. They're making sure that nobody's allowed to rotate back, but the plant is going down. Smoke, perfectly placed, is not gonna connect, at least not for the moment, trying to find the head of the attacker, but Spark has already pushed in. It all comes down to the mute. Smoke. He's gonna get one. Kajit. Oh, Thermite with the potato, but Zophia is here with the triple kill. Jittery on the run to keep that round on the board for Quantum G1. We do see a equalizer coming in as we proceed to round 9. Score is equalized on 4-4. What a play there. It was just so much happening, and I didn't really realize that Kira Esports, what are they exactly trying to do? It was a scattered attempt of a retake from Kira Esports there, even stopping the plan. But anyways, in the end, on paper at least, it looked like Quantum G1 were going to win that, and they did exactly that. Meanwhile, everybody in the chat, can we have a little bit of a finale day hype for ourselves, please? You know what I hate about the chat is the Nightbot. He gets to spam the most. Come on, guys. This is the R6 action at the toppest level going on. This is Division 1 top tier gameplay, and we are on the season 1, finale day today. We don't let the Nightbot overpower us. Let us get some love for R6 and for TC in the chat, please. And for these teams, more importantly, that is going down here. 4-4, Quantum G1 versus Kira Esports. Things are only getting heated as we proceed to round 9.
Oh, absolutely. Final day hype indeed, as we are here on round 9. 4-4 is the scoreline between Kira Esports and Quantum G1, as the equalizer is in play for the time being. And both these teams sit 2 rounds away from match point. Daggerfist, he knows somebody's making the reinforcement, and he will see the boots of the Mozzie, who's going to be rotating back in towards Armory. But the Mozzie Pest, which is better placed this time around, I hope so at the very least, from Rattler, is going to be what stops his jaw from getting in until Thatcher gets there himself, and EMPs the door. As we're going to have Aniket playing the Valkyrie this time around. The memes are in play here, and he is going to be putting his cameras in strategic spots using that. That was quite the interesting skin on the MPX I just noticed. Not really sure what that's called, but I quite like that. I don't know if I have that, though. Alpha Pack opening video? We'll see. But that is, of course, beyond the point at hand. My brain. Beyond the point at hand, as we're going to be coming back into round 9 to make... Oh, okay, Jittery's already down. That is interesting. I'm not really sure where that happened from, but the Zofia can, of course, self-revive. And she's in break room. All right, that looks like it was a C4 from below from Aniket, but it only managed to down the Zofia, which means she will be able to get back up. She's only on 5 HP, though, so as she watches this angle, as Jittery, watches the angle on to the customs inspection, he is going to be very, very wary of defenders trying to come for his head right here. Poseidon, in the meanwhile, holding down the Archives door as the main wall of armory has been breached by the Thermite, and now the fight is going to happen. Daggerfist is already in 90 hallway as Rattler is going to take one. That's Jittery off the board, and the Jaeger gets spotted out, but will it be taken? No, not just yet. He hasn't taken any damage at all as Deathamar has successfully rotated Archives. He gets one. That's Poseidon off the board as well. Another big kill as Daggerfist goes down. Aniket with one onto the Thatcher as the sandwich of the rappel is in play for the time being. No, it's actually not. He's rotated down. That is Spark on the Twitch to the first floor as they're going to be looking to go into supply room to try and make some plays happen. But of course, there are defenders on CCTV who are going to be looking to make the plays happen, but they're pushing directly for side. This is the South Grove side, of course, as the Twitch has made her way in already, but there's somebody playing the hatch, and Sparko knows that, so he's going to have to be careful, try and bait out the push from the defenders. There we go, the smoke goes down. It's 4v2 now, as the plant has to happen. Beat is the one with the diffuser, and Sparko's going to be watching the hallway for the time being, but the hatch drop is still in play from the side of the defensive team, as Quantum G1 are going to have to try and make this play happen, and the metal stairs kill will go off. The Twitch is down. It's all down to Aniket. Beat in a 1v4 situation with the diffuser inside. He has 40 seconds on his hand. Quite plenty of time, but no, he's going to look the wrong way as a Rattler will clean up on the Thermite inside a site, and Kira Esports will take round 9. They are in the lead right here, 5-4 in the favor of the blue team, Kira Esports, as we're going to be moving to round 10. And something I would like to bring up now that we are in the offbeat right here is I've been monitoring the chat over the last few days, all right? And I know for a fact that when I say Kira Esports, when I'm trying to hype it up or when I'm in like a very fast casting mode, I say Kira, which is like a food. And I get it, that's just down to how I pronounce it. I'm sorry, guys.
So I can only understand. You could even hear me giggling when you were like, Kira eats sports. It's okay. It's all fun and games. I get it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
It's all
by
fun and
attackers.
games. We're here to have fun. At the end of the day,
Oh, yep.
the casting, the games, everything, it's not just about the competition and the prize money. It's also about having as much fun as you can while doing it.
Right. So one thing we've got to notice here, so I was having a conversation with Aniket. I was in the interview, obviously, that we got to see before the match started. And we were just having a casual conversation on how the man goes in with his mindset into the game, and XYZs of the game, ABCs of the game. And one thing that we both could mutually agree on is the fact that if you're not having fun in the game, you don't want to be playing it. I mean, definitely, you're playing it for the win, for winning it, for the competitiveness that this game offers and stuff. But if you're not enjoying the game, you're not having fun, what's the point of doing it or not? So, yep, everybody make sure that you have fun, don't spread toxicity, make sure you are having the best of your time while playing this game, and that is exactly why we play games. Stay safe, make sure you're hydrated all the times, make sure you are practicing social distancing in this dire times as well. With that out of the way, we will be proceeding to round 10. And oh, I almost forgot to say, as we are on border, do not board the helicopter. With that being said, let's get right into the game. We'll be seeing Death Hammer hold down 90 hallway. He's just going to fall back, and what an emphasis coming in from the side of Kira Esports all the way on towards the CCTV. But the push from Quantum G1 is going to be on the side of offices, as they're just going to ignore whatever we are seeing Kira Esports bring on the board on towards the south side of the map. I still see Sparko, excuse me, that is going to be Aniket with the C4 in hand to make this play happen. Goes for it. Can he make it? Come on. Alright, C4. Aniket, yes, no. C4, yeah, no, doesn't connect anybody, but nobody's going to be so close to him. But still does get flashed out of his mind here. He's got a nade cooked up, and he knows that the nade is coming in from the dome above. Is there somebody above? Nope, there's nobody now. Alright, but Aniket is surely going to be scared though. Oh, look at that. What a play from Sparko. He's going to take out Aniket with a perfectly cooked nade, and his own shield will be his own demise, as we do see an unfortunate death of the man himself, Aniket, coming in. With DC average R6 player getting tagged along quite a lot. He's going to be using his stim pistols, as Jettery is going to be landing all his shots, as Kajit is playing in a really tough position here. He's got to watch out that he does not get spotted, but look at that, the Capita bolts are already into play, and he's getting burnt to death. He's got to make this push happen. How is he still alive? What? He does get dispatched eventually though, and the kill comes alive on the side of G1. But look at that, P from Death Hammer is gonna wreak havoc on the side of the attacking team. He's gonna get another. Does he get the third? No, he won't. Only for Jittery to shut him down, but Jittery is trying to find the another one as well. He does it. Jittery turns this into a 1 versus 3, and that is it. The dog is gonna get down, but the revive comes in. Not exactly sure where that came in from, but now he knows where the Jittery is playing. He gets one. Does he get another? No, he won, and Quantum G will take this round away from Kira Esports. And what a fury of frags that we just got to witness on this map. Quantum G1 are going to be the victors of this round. What a play indeed. And we proceed round 11 with the scorelines once again equalized 5-5. Anybody could take the match point right now. Anybody can be the victor. And this is exactly why I keep saying to you guys, can we have the finale day hype in the chat? Because this is the top tier gameplay in Division 1. Nobody's backing down. Everybody wants to go for that overtime. And maybe we might see the overtime come right out of the bat, right here in the first match of our finale day of Season 1.
Oh yes, absolutely, and there we go. Just as I had predicted very early in our stream today, the fact that this game is going to be going at the very least to 7-5. Now, will it be 7-5 for overtime? If the round history is going to dictate anything, this is going to go definitely all the way to overtime, and maybe even maximum overtime. That would of course be a treat, and what a way it would be to begin our set of games on the final day of Season 1. Final day hype. Everyone in the chat, come on. Foxy and I have been asking you guys for this for quite some time now, and we definitely would love to see some in the chat popping off as we are going to be going into round 11 right here. I was actually, now that I see the fact that it's round 11, I was quite surprised yesterday when we had round 11 but no match point confirmed from either of the teams. That was of course in the third game, excuse me, between Stack and Level 3 Esports. I was pointing that out to Foxy, that we have round 11, no one's on match point. What is this sorcery I'm watching? And here we are again. This is the third time we're going to be seeing the exact same situation, as overtime is definitely very heavily on the cards. Ooh, the Doc's going to see the Zofia, do a little bit of damage to Jittery, but not a whole lot. He's not going to get the kill off of that, but he has 3 ADSs inside of offices to hold down for the time being. Kira Esports, they definitely do not want the grenades from on tap. And I know you know I can hear you giggling.
I think the grenade from Sparko, Kira Esports took it a little too personally. That someone is like, alright, Aniket, I'm giving you all 3 of my ADSs. Just don't die, my man. You stay alive, you win us the round. You take 3 stim pistols for yourself as well. And, alright, 3 ADSs on that solo wall. Okay.
There we go, as the office wall is going to be opened by the thermite. And oh, the dock goes down. Aniket, as we were talking about, and Poseidon is going to make sure that the dock is off the board right here. He will no longer be a thorn in the side of the attacking team. That is Quantum G1, as the kills are going to be dropped one after another. The first one has happened, and the floodgates should open any second now. As the push into offices is happening, Deathhammer goes down to Daggerfist. There we go. The Thatcher gets a kill for himself, and it is now down to the last three defenses inside of sight. Shrisha, that is your average R6 player, is holding a big angle onto the office wall push right now. He might just get a kill for himself as one of the Womai's Magnus is going to catch one of Sophia's concussive nades. He throws another one in there to make sure that he's going to catch a little bit more utility, but Rattler himself gets a little concussed at the time being. The effect is going to wear off as he's still holding down on main hallway, and he's going to be spotted out, rotates into CCTV, and will he be able to get a kill for himself? No, but the plant is going down by Beat. In the meanwhile, the Thermite is going for it. He's been denied by one of the Yokai Jones. That is, of course, Echo at his best, as Daggerfist is going to take down Rattler. Beat is going to be dropped. That is the first attacker down currently, but the Sledge is pushed in. He tried to go for the hammer, but he failed as Shrisha took down Sparkle right there. It is a 2v4 right now, as Beat is still dropped, and the Thatcher from Metal Stairs is going to drop the smoke. It's all down to Echo, as Daggerfist was the one to drop Kira. It's all down to Shrisha right here, sitting in sandwich. He sees the push, but it's going to be taken out by the Zofia, as Quantum G1 are going to win round 11, and they are the ones who are going to go into match point 6-5 right here on Border.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie. I so wanted to see the Sledge taking on the Echo with his sledgehammer kill. Sparko, what are you doing? Why are you memeing on the Echo like that? But the Echo, being all the more wiser, made sure that the bullet is what is going to be filling Sparko's body with, and made sure he got that kill. Very important, saving himself that disrespect. I mean, surely getting knifed is disrespect. Getting sledgehammered, I think that would have been the first sledgehammer that I've seen so far in the TEC league. I mean, oh boy, that was funny, man. That was funny as hell.
That was, yes.
We'll be seeing Aniket switch pick onto the Warden. All right, Aniket. Looks like he is tired of getting flashed, I guess, or he wants to see through the smokes. But anyway, Sparko, if you know, you're listening to me right now, obviously you're not, but it's just me trying to put my point out that, can we see that sledgehammer play again, please, Sparko? We want to see a sledgehammer kill, please. And not onto the down defender, onto a live one. Like we saw you try and do that onto Shrisha, but Shrisha, he's got the drones, he saw you come at him, and he got you. So we only understand that you don't want to be making mistakes like those, and when the stakes are so high. But that being said, we will be seeing Quantum G1 be the victor in that gunfight, and more than that in that round all in all, and that is going to put them up in the advantage. And for some reason, we still do see Kira Esports expelling so much utility all the way onto the side of CCTV, despite seeing that Quantum G1 is always going for office push. I mean, I totally understand that. Wait, what if they're going for office push every single time? What if they notice that we don't have emphasis on the side of CCTV and they come for that push? So we don't want to be, you know, it's prevention. Excuse me, I just mixed up my metaphors there. Better safe than sorry is what we are going for here. As for some reason, I just had the Bengali CM meme playing in my head that has Englando 100 meme. I don't want to be taking any names here, but then you know what I'm talking about if you keep up with your meme game. So, and I think out of all people, you surely know what I'm talking about, Blackjack.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Very, very well aware.
Anyways, it's just a little bit of more of reference-based memes, and dude, we've been talking about quite the memes here. And chat, please sound off if you have anything to advise us on what memes you know and what memes you've seen so far happen in this TEC league here. Surely we'll come up with something to entertain you boys. Meanwhile, we see a run out being made from Jittery. He's not gonna Deathhammer. Excuse me. I see a Jaeger. I directly said Jittery for some reason. Daggerfist is going to get one and Spark on another. What is going on? Bodies are dropping like flies on the side of Kira Esports. As Aniket is going to be holding all by his lonesome. And look at this. He's going to walk into this. No! Aniket, what are you doing? He's going to get taken out by Sparko once again with the nail. And he already drops the GG in chat. No, Aniket, don't do that. I still believe in your player teammates, but it all comes down to Echo once again. He's gonna try and find one, but it won't matter as the flawless run comes in from Quantum G1 and they take this map 7-5. And what a play, man! What a play! What a play indeed! As the moment Aniket gets dropped with that nade, the coffin meme starts playing in his head for his teammates, and Quantum G1 gonna be the victors of that as we see a 7-5 dominance come out from them. Surely it was a close match, but then again, that is what we get to see in this division. Well, that was it from me. I'm Foxtrot and joining me is Blackjack, and we'll be back in just a while with Stack versus Often Esports. And mind you guys, we have a really special interview, a little something, it's a little different from the interviews we've been doing so far. I think you're gonna want to stay and watch that one. Well, that'll be it from me and Blackjack for the while, guys. We'll be back in just a moment to get you back with more siege action. That is Stack and Hoffen Esports. Stack is gonna be third on the leaderboard, while Hoffen Esports are gonna be at the bottom. So Stack, they've got to make sure they keep this victory alive to make that presence felt and take over Akira Esports, while Hoffen have got to make sure they get this victory for themselves to even have a breathing chance, a fighting chance to not get relegated to Division 2, because we know the last 3 teams at the bottom of Division 1 go get relegated in Season 2 towards Division 2. So, once again, signing off, that is me, Foxtrot, and Blackjack. We'll be back in just a moment. Spicy interview coming up and a spicy game, that I can surely promise you. Be right back in just a while.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club League. In the finale day today, that is, we were about to witness the match of Stack versus Hoffen Esports, but sadly, Hoffen Esports are having issues on their end with internet and the lockdown. We know how bad that gets. I mean, out of all people, my co-caster, in fact, Blackjack, he's been facing issues himself. So, it's only understandable, but I do have something special for you guys. Like we did promise, I managed to get a little bit of on the back end. We had an interview with Fibernet Jazz from Stack, and he has something very interesting to say. We'll be playing that interview in just a moment. While Blackjack, can you please enlighten us about these two teams and how they've been playing so far? Like I said, Hoffen is on the bottom, Stack is on the third position. How does that matter as we are on the finale day?
Oh yes, a brilliant question for everyone at home joining us right now, as the match between Stack and Hoffen Esports will unfortunately take place offline, as was announced a second ago. But as we can see in the leaderboard, Stack is in third place, while Hoffen Esports are all the way at the bottom. That can only mean one thing. The fact that Hoffen Esports, should they lose this, well, they are in the bottom three, which means the bottom three of Division 1 teams are going to be relegated at the end of the season to Division 2. So, it is very important for Hoffen Esports to keep themselves alive and gain the points with round difference to try and make their stay in Division 1 extended for Season 2. But will they be able to? Of course, we'll know in a short while. Say about an hour, we'll have the results in. And then we will know whether or not Hoffen Esports are going to be staying in Division 1, or will they be relegated along with two other teams to Division 2. And that, of course, the same applies to all other divisions. Division 2 teams, the top three get pushed up to Division 1, while the bottom three get pushed down, relegated to Division 3. While for Division 3, the top three get pushed up to Division 2, a promotion, of course. But the bottom three in Division 3 get eliminated. But of course, that is enough about the league structure itself. We're going to be moving into the interview with Fibernet Jazz, as his Uplay name states, from the side of Stack. Stay tuned, everybody.
Everybody, welcome to a special interview that we have today with the Fibernet Jazz from Stack. Fibernet, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm all fine, bro. I'm all fine.
That's nice. So Stack has been performing oh so amazingly so far. We saw them take their victory yesterday as well. What is your game plan coming up as we are at the finale of the Division 1?
Tomorrow is finale, right? Like, we don't have any game plans for now.
You just run and gun. You just kill people.
Yeah, run and gun, yeah.
How do you think the team has been performing so far?
Well, the team is performing, till now the team was performed really well, to be honest. The team was formed like within few weeks back.
Right.
And till then, no practice, no nothing.
All right. Speaking of the performance, who do you think are your toughest opponents? Because you're in the Division 1, the highest tier that we have right now. So who are some of those teams that you feel like, all right, we've got to be scared of them?
To be honest, every team was tough to play against. Every team was tough because we don't take any teams like we can beat them, like we can take them easily.
Speaking of performance, any tips for everybody who's joining newly into this game, as you've been the veteran in this game? So,
Bro, just grind, just play the game, enjoy it, everything. All you need is inner aim. Like, I think in order to get better at the game, all you need to do is play. If you play with a team, that would help you more. Try to build a team even if you are playing ranked.
any message to your fans, everybody from Bangladesh watching you guys play and top the leaderboard? Anything maybe in your own native language as well?
লাইক আমাদের টিম এতদিন অনেকদিন হয়েছে লাইক খেলতেছে একসাথে, কিন্তু লাইক আমরা এখন যে টিমটা আছি সেটা আগে ছিল ডেমোস নামে। এন্ড ডেমোস যখন ছিলাম আমরা তখন লাইক একসাথে খেলা হইতো, কিন্তু সেই লাইক ফিলসটা পাইতাম না আমরা। তো আমাদের যত ফ্যান্সরা আছে শুধু বাংলাদেশ থেকে না, ইন্ডিয়া থেকে এবং পাকিস্তান, এভরিওয়্যার, সবাই আমাদেরকে অনেক সাপোর্ট করেছে। এন্ড থ্যাংক ইউ টু আওয়ার ফ্যান্স who have supported us till now, and I think in future also they'll support us like they have.
Right, that is so sweet. Thank you for such a lovely interview that I got to catch with you. And let's get back to the games, to the action of Division 1. That was a lovely interview that I did get to catch with Fardin Jazz on the back end. There's really nice insights that the man has given me, and a really good conversation I had with him, in fact. But coming back to the matter in hand, Stack is going to get awarded a free win because Often Esports has decided to forfeit because of lockdown issues, and that is just unfortunate. Totally understand, but nothing we can do here as things are just out of our hands. Well, that'll be it for the while, as we'll be back in a moment at 7 p.m. We'll be resuming the stream in 2 hours. You've got your 2 hours to just relax, Make sure your eyes are well rested. Make sure your tummies are well filled, because we won't be stopping with the action, as this is the finale day. We go live once again at 7 p.m. That is in 2 hours from now. Make sure your popcorn is ready, because more Rainbow Six Siege action is coming at you from here, from the WD Black, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League. Once again, I'm Foxtrot, and joining me is Blackjack, and that'll be it from us for the while.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.